Hello everyone, welcome to Shamar Gaming. We'll be doing World Trader. We'll do daring, but we're gonna make it. We're doing daring, but this would be easy. Create our character. Crimelord.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Now, let's do this. Let's do this, people. Now.
Nothing good without a nice spicy salsa, right? And then we put inside the cheese, and now it's time for our secret ingredient.
Which is the tank economy. The tank economy is what stops it being a top tier class and puts them just below everything else. It's not unusable, that's the but it stops it.
This is what I'm doing daring. Hold on a second. Let's see.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtvir, Master of Whispers, in the employ of her ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service.
She
I even
marched
had the
up.
pleasure of speaking with you in person.
My name is
before.
Ryder. Well, no, sir.
My regards. Naturally, the infamy of your achievements in the shadows of an entire sector is not unknown to me. Your enterprising spirit and, if you excuse my bluntness, refusal to die are qualities worth saluting. It is as if you were carried here on the wings of destiny itself. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor. Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct. So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Your former position may have been to put it, I would rather. There is. But the Lord...
I always keep my options open.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. I'm afraid I must...
Is there money to be made?
We're gonna focus on icon path because a criminal is not a dogma or a heretic, but we do think of the people under us.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
That is simply irrational, Lady Fedora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Your first impression, who is to be about 30 years old, is a particular, like skin stretch, tight, a bone, match of implants and bang, but the nerves twitch, finger, legs. In stock got some fearness appeared as if they were a car from marble. Internal and destructive head raised, cruised the posture, hand at being her back. Everything seemed to be in no difference in stature between her and next to the two of them. You see two more men. One is gray hair, Baron, who is studying the content of the figures slight, and the other is a with the all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
If particular experience or anything indicate some of the natives will eagerly betray their achievement in exchange for quiet-like service. I will then leave deal with to those who know it best.
trying to apply familiar methods to a new problem? The criminal underworld of Calixis is a far cry from a savage borderland planet.
The criminal underworld of Calixis? Lady Theodora, I must say your taste in company is rather exotic. Or do you see this as an opportunity to weed out the heresy among your progeny and sever the rotting branches of your dynastic tree? I invite you to try, you miserable vermin. I am intrigued to see how your pathetic life will...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here? You are direct. I approve. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The Warrant of Trade. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially... Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their close... Perhaps. Yesterday you were just another servant of the Imperium, one of the faceless multitudes. Today, visitors in the von Valancius colors come to you without any explanation and escort you to a vessel that departs for the far-off Coronis expanse. But such is the nature of my position. My claim on you is sacred and non-negotiable. I require all those who possess even a drop of the von Valancius blood, no matter who they may be. Impatience. One could not in good faith. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous. His kinship to me is most Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the... Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykard on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Observe, learn, and in that case,
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Emperor, protect me! No mercy for heretics!
My faith strengthens me. For the glory of the Imperium! Death to the weak!
Just a minor setback.
Out of my way!
Who if not me? I'll see to it personally.
Such is the will of chaos!
I serve the ruinous powers! Chaos guides me!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Gonna hurt!
A tactically sound approach.
I took care of this one.
Warhammer,
vigilant.
40K, Rogue Trader, Origin, Crime Lord, Guide. Let's check the origin.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I've faced worse than this.
Weapon at the
Next, Origin, Crime Lord. What is Crime Lord? Very simple, implemented, dealing, Rogue Trader, and merges extremely well with the whole world.
take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horse up. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck. Mortar's gone on ahead.
Want to go, of course, all around the Imperial world.
I always have a backup plan.
With a Crime Lord Origin. But this is definitely the one you want to go for. Okay, so what does the Crime Lord have as the main feature? It's a surefire plan. At the start of combat, the Crime Lord will gain plus intelligence stacks of the surefire plan. In fact, that's why I said merge as well with the Void world as well. Better to say with the Void world. Activation, this ability consumes one stack and makes the next action stronger depending on the type of action. If the Crime Lord attacks, they deal more perception percentage bonus damage. If the Crime Lord moves, they gain plus 10 plus 2. Multiply that with perception bonus.
Thank
Percentage
Providence
dodge,
you are alive and well.
That are you gonna be harder to hit. And if the Crime Lord uses a non-damaging ability with enemy, some debuff, for example, from the Void.
Hello and welcome to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader.
Always on
This is
time,
a
eh,
game by
Kunrad?
Owlcat Games.
The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Oh, what? What did...
Obviously, those rules set in the Pathfinder universe and the Pathfinder tabletop system. This one is firmly within 40K and
Master of
Trader
Whispers,
systems.
what is happening on...
I have not yet received word.
Lunatic. First, we have Edelthrad.
I
Blast it.
If I...
I'm also very excited. It has been a long time since I was last immersed
Then
in
it's settled.
Warhammer 40K. I used to play the
Enough.
tabletop game.
Master of Whispers.
These fellas,
Then
Guild
move out.
Space Marine Army, but that was about maybe 15 years or so ago. Kind of let it fall to the wayside, so it's going to be cool taking it up, jumping back in, and getting me immersed in this today's episode going to be?
Are you ready to head
We're gonna
to
be fine for a bit.
It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
First, and we're going to be
Of course you will. Lady Theodora. Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This for...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad?
Mort? How you?
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us?
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be,
First, we have to confirm. Edelthrad, where is he?
I tried to locate him, but the...
Blast it!
If I may.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him. Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me. Not everything in your power. You...
I always keep my options open.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my...
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures.
First with Edelthrad.
I try...
Blast it!
If...
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and... Enough! Then move out!
Are you ready to head to 18? Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant. Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important... How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. We are in the anteroom of the war. Why? Because I am following an order. On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done,
I'll make that pompous wench Von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Keep your wits about you.
Child of the house to safety. Temporary mobile unit. Clock. Communication. Distance from the current location. Middle end.
Run, fools, or fall! Master! What? Oh, holy God, Saint's blood! You...
I have a no...
Look no further. This wound will make a fine scar.
I won't
What
forget
advice
this.
do you- That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may... I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet. You said... Warren... The what? During... Absent...
You will die dreaming!
Your demise is already calculated.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice!
On it. Another enemy down. It's as good as done.
Follow my lead. Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
Death to non-believers! Chaos guides me!
I'll see to it. Your end was inevitable.
It will be done.
Death to the
I took care of this one.
rise to the top or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira...
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer. The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. And...
That's...
Said. Oh no.